こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。今回の教材はブライトンの三笘薫に関する動画です。ブライトンは FA カップ4回戦をホームでチェルシーと戦い、2対1の逆転勝利で5回戦に駒を進めました。三笘薫は素晴らしい、神がかった胸トラップから決勝ゴールを決め、またしても劇的なゴールを FA カップで記録しました。今回はシーガルソーシャルのマッチリアクション動画から、三笘のゴールを称賛している動画をお届けします。チーム全体としても良いパフォーマンスだったことに満足しているブライトンファンがどのように話しているのか、チェックしてみましょ
う。Anyway, we move on. So yeah, second half. Actually, let's talk about standout players. Actually, let's start with that. Actually, Ben, who were your standout players? Full 90 and even cameos. I've got one in mind. If you want me to start, Ben, if that helps.
Go on.
Yeah, go on, Ben. Do you know what? I was really impressed when he came on. Diego Gomez. I thought he was fantastic when he came on. He was very solid.
The reincarnation of McAllister, people are saying, aren't they?
Yeah, I've seen the comparison. I'm not sure 100% with the McAllister comparison, but he is a fantastic player, and I feel like he's only had a limited time, and he came out and he said that he does enjoy coming on in the second half because it helps him adapt to the Premier League, which is good. So he's not being thrown in. Yeah, he's not being thrown in the deep end. So yeah, fantastic player. I thought he very impressive cameo. Anyone else, Ben, or do you want to talk about Diego Gomez? Either or.
You know what? I feel like Tariq Lamptey was pretty decent as well. You know,
he was very good. He won player of the match, of course. Yeah.
Did he? Didn't know that. So fair play. I didn't know that. Didn't hear that on comms. But I thought he was really good. He's good. He's involved in the first goal. I'm pretty sure, like driving the ball down the left wing. Obviously playing on an opposite side again. But yeah, he done very well against his former club. So I'm sure that was a little bit of motivation for him as well. And handballed it in the build up to the second goal. But we'll get on to that. So yes, I guess it's a second assist because he. Go on.
Just quickly on Lamptey before Jack tells us his player of the game. What happened with the Ajax? Was that just fake news?
Yeah, probably. It was in the mail. Yeah. It was in the mail. So.
Yeah.
1.5 million as well. Are they joking?
Yeah, 1.5 million. I was like, surely that's.
I think that's
almost what we.
It could quite possibly go through, but I think that was. We had to look at the squad seriously. Then we didn't have any defenders. If we got rid of Lamptey, I'd be struggling to think who would be playing in that role. So. Yeah, that was definitely an interesting one. I think a couple of standout players for me. I thought Gomez came on and did really, really well. I think like Maz. Also, we took Belieber off for him, and that did worry me a bit. And I thought he did really well to sort of play without Belieber, who was doing really well. I thought Tariq was superb again, like Ben said. And I might as well pick a player which nobody else has picked, rather than just saying the same thing on repeat. I thought Jack Inchwood was fantastic. I thought he did really, really well. I thought he marshalled that midfield really well. He was turning over the ball really nicely. I thought he had a fantastic game. And I thought Mitoma was back to his best again as well. You know, obviously he got the winner, but I think he was really showing why he's such a, good player and why we value him at over 90 million, it seems. So, yeah, it was a fantastic performance all round from the team, I thought, and
Webster as well. Cameo, he came back. That was solid again.
Webster, that was the player I'm thinking of.
The Rolls Royce,
mate. He looks so composed and like calm.
Yeah,
like it's back when we saw.
What the hell has happened?
Bristol City.
Did we send him to the mountains where Jadon Sancho went, and he's just like revitalised and come back as an absolute warrior?
Yeah, mate, he looks fantastic. I was really impressed when he came on. Do you remember when he came on as a sub for what game was it? And he was really good.
Arsenal.
Yeah, who was it? Yeah, Arsenal, yeah.
Against Arsenal.
And he came on, he was really good. And then, obviously, against Ipswich, I was so impressed with him. I thought Ipswich away, he was fantastic. I thought he was one of our better players. I know he got subbed in the end, but I think that was for fitness reasons. But I just feel like, every time he's played, like in the last sort of month or two, he's been fantastic. I don't know what's changed, but...
Yeah, I think he was really, really good, Adam Webster. I thought, it's always a shame when you lose Dunk. I thought I had a decent enough game. And then, your club captain going down injured just before half time, you do start to worry a bit. Oh no, this might unravel a bit. Webster came on and did really, really well. He's really solid, composed. Everything about him was a fantastic performance from him. So I was mightily, mightily impressed.
No, 100%.
Boys, I'm going to have to bow out before you cover the second half, lads. So back to work I go.
Nice to see you, Ben, mate.
Cheers, lads. Up the Albion. If you do want my take quickly on the goal, obviously unbelievable goal. It was majestic from Mitoma. Brilliant ball from Rutter. Just funny, though, that came off Tariq Lamptey's hand. So if there was VAR, it probably would have been ruled out. So it's another fuck you to Chelsea as well. Peace.
Wait, what were we just talking about before he went in about the goal?
Webster?
You were talking about Webster. Yes, Webster. Yeah. Let's say Dunkey has got an injury now going forward. It's so important that we do have Webster being able to step in. Obviously, Cash in, getting up to speed. He's going to probably take a while to get up to speed. So it's very important that, a player like Webster does step up and can do a job, which he's proven in the past few games anyway, that he can definitely do. So, very, very happy for him, especially with a few injuries he's had. And he seems like a great guy as well around the squad. So it's great to see him do well. But anyway, let's talk about the goal, because Ben has talked about it. Tarek, now, I've read or heard something about apparently Lamptey, it wouldn't, if a VAR wasn't existed, or was in that game, they wouldn't have disallowed it, apparently. I don't know the reason why.
I actually think this whole idea that it's a controversial winner, and I don't think it's that controversial. I think it was pretty close range. He had the ball fired at him. I don't think, arguably his hand was, I mean, it was a little bit out, wasn't it? It wasn't in the shape of the body. But I don't know. I think it'd be harsh because he couldn't really do much about it. But at the end of the day, you have to, you take these things and this is what happens with football. And I do think it's sort of the beauty of VAR-less football in that, you win some, you lose some. And that seems to be the same with VAR. So, I think as much as I'd be frustrated if it happened against us, because I do think it's hit his hand quite blatantly. It's so hard to look at that and go, that's not that's a handball, because there's not a lot that Tariq really could have done about it. So, that was really nice, really well set up, a lovely little dink ball by Rutter, and then a great finish by Mitoma, doing what he does best, which is scoring winners against top 6 sides in the FA Cup 4th round. Because I mean, that was, his iconic goal he scored against Liverpool. So I think that was a really, really good goal, really good way to seal off a performance.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Great finish. Like you said, the cheeky little ball from Rutter, great little assist there as well. Lamptey, we've spoken about his impact. He had a fantastic game, and he did have a part to play in that goal, albeit with his hand. So no, it was a fantastic team goal, and Mitoma's finish as well. Like you said, felt like he was back at his best and at his imperial, peak of what he can. We know what he can do. It's just sometimes he might go missing. Sometimes he might not get the goal contributions that we look for. Assists, goals, but we are better with him in the team. That is just
he's a luxury player. He's a luxury. That's I love watching him. He's not one that I'm going, his work rate can be very, very good, but he's not one you're expecting to get back and track back. You want him to provide moments of magic like that, and that was, you're looking and as much as Pedro, I thought he came on and had a good little cameo at the end there, but is our best front four? Does it have Pedro in? That is a real question at the moment. I think
great question,
and I think it's arguably that at the moment he's not getting into our best front four. So, it was really good to see those 4 players work really well together. I thought Minter had a good game. I thought he didn't quite contribute to goals or anything, but his work rate is unmatched. The more and more I watch him, his work rate is superb. Minter, so good,
mate. At one point, I think it was around the 80th minute mark. He was part of the back 5 as a right back. And just doing those defensive duties, which is so important when you're 1 goal up and it's getting a bit tetchy maybe towards the end. You only got a goal advantage. It's 93rd minute. You want your right winger. Yeah. Obviously, you want him to be up at the front of the pitch and contributing to goals. But at the same time, when you're defending a 1 goal lead, you want your right winger to come back and track back and do his defensive duties, and he did that. And big props to him, because that was really key to the whole shape and to the result, I suppose.
次は解説です。複数人で話している場合は会話がオーバーラップすることもあり、この動画でもそういう部分が一部聞き取れませんでしたし、一部ボソボソ話しているところもありましたが、このチャンネルの中では比較的聞き取りやすい動画だったと思います。今回も比較的簡単なボキャブラリーも解説していますので、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょ
う。He's not being thrown in the deep end.
スローサムワンインザディープエンドはいきなり難しい状況に置く。準備なしで困難なことをさせるという意味のイディオムで。プールの深い方に突然投げ込まれることを想像するとわかりやすいでしょう。初心者にいきなり高度な仕事や課題を任せるというニュアンスがあります。
Yeah, he's not being thrown in the deep end. Yeah, he's not being thrown in the deep end.
If we got rid of Lamptey, we
get rid of は取り除く、処分する、追い払うなどの意味を持つフレーズで、不要なものや問題を解決するときに使われる、とても便利な表現です。例えば、部屋を片付けるときや、邪魔なものを取り除く、場合など、日常会話の至るところで使える表現です。
If we got rid of Lamptey, if we got rid of Lamptey, we
And he's just like revitalised and
revitalize は活性化する、再び元気にする、復興させるという意味を持つ動詞で、何かが衰えていたり弱まっていた状態から活気を取り戻すときに使われます。例えば、経済を活性化しようとしているというときや、元気を取り戻したというようなときに使え、いろいろな場面で使える便利な表現です。
and he's just like revitalised and he's just like revitalised and
might unravel a bit.
アンラベルは解明する、ほどく、崩壊するという意味を持つ動詞で、糸やロープをほどくという文字通りの意味でも使われますし、謎を解く、計画が崩れるなどの比喩的な意味でも使われます。例えば、謎を解明しようとしたという時や、そのプロジェクトは管理不足のために崩れ始めたというような時に使えます。
Oh no, this might unravel a bit. Oh no, this might unravel a bit.
So I'm gonna have to bow out.
バウアウトは引退する、身を引く、辞退するという意味を持つ駆動詞で、もともとはお辞儀をして退出するという意味ですが、そこから転じて、試合、プロジェクト、職務などから退く、舞台を去るという意味でよく使われ、仕事を辞めるときや、スポーツ選手が引退する場合にも使えます。
So I'm gonna have to bow out. So I'm gonna have to bow out. Was majestic from Mitoma.
マジェスティックは壮大な、堂々とした、威厳のあるという意味を持つ形容詞で、美しさや迫力を持つ景色、人物、建築物、演技などを表現するときに使われ、例えば、美しい山の景色、スポーツや演技のパフォーマンスを称賛するときなどに使われます。
Was majestic from Mitoma. Was majestic from Mitoma. So if there was VR, it probably would have been ruled out.
ルールアウトは除外する、規定する、可能性を排除するという意味を持つ駆動詞で、何かの選択肢や可能性を考慮しないと決めたときに使われます。例えば、病気の診断の場面では、癌の可能性を否定したというときにも使え、計画やアイデアが実現不可能な場合には、この選択肢は除外しなければならないというようなときに使えます。
So if there was VR, it probably would have been ruled out. So if there was VR, it probably would have been ruled out.
Because I do think it's hit its hand quite blatantly.
ブラタントゥーリはあからさまに、露骨に、はっきりとという意味を持つ副詞で、悪いことや否定的なことが隠すことなく公然と行われる場合によく使われます。例えば、ルール違反が明白なとき、誰かが明らかに嘘をついていると感じたときなどに使えるでしょう。
That's because I do think it's hit its hand quite blatantly. That's because I do think it's hit its hand quite blatantly. Really good way to seal off a performance.
シールオフは封鎖する、立ち入り禁止にする、密閉するという意味を持つ駆動詞で、エリアや空間を外部と遮断するときに使われ、警察や軍、工事現場などの文脈でよく登場します。例えば、警察が事件現場を封鎖する場合、建物の一部を閉鎖するような場合で使えるでしょう。
Really good way to seal off a performance. Really good way to seal off a performance.
Like you said, like felt like he was back at his best and as imperial.
インペリアルは帝国の、皇帝の、威厳のあるという意味を持つ形容詞で、主に帝国や皇帝に関係するものを指すほか、比喩的に壮大な、威厳のある、堂々とした、偉大なという意味でも使われます。
Like you said, like felt like he was back at his best and as imperial. Like you said, like felt like he was back at his best and as imperial.
His work rate is unmatched.
アンマッチドは比類のない、無敵の、匹敵するものがないという意味を持つ形容詞で、何かが他と比べて圧倒的に優れている、または比べるものが存在しないという状況で使われます。例えば、スポーツ選手の能力について話すときには、何かの能力や才能が比類ないというような場合、サービスの質について言うなら、この上ないカスタマーサポートを提供しているというようなときに使えます。
His work rate is unmatched. His work rate is unmatched.
Getting a bit touchy maybe towards the end.
タッチーは敏感な、神経質な、 扱いにくい、という意味を持つ形容詞で、人に対して使うと怒りやすい、神経過敏なという意味になり、話題に対して使うとデリケートな、慎重に扱うべきという意味になります。例えば、誰かが簡単に怒る性格だという場合や、デリケートな話題だ、というような場面で使えます。
Getting a bit tetchy maybe towards the end. Getting a bit tetchy maybe towards the end. Yeah, big props to him.
プロップスは、称賛、リスペクト、敬意という意味を持つスラングで、もともとは、プラパリスペクト、きちんとした敬意の略で、誰かの努力や成果を称えるときに使います。例えば、誰かの仕事ぶりを褒めるとき、チームの貢献を評価するときなどに使える便利な表現です。
And yeah, big props to him. Yeah, big props to him.
いかがでしたか？三笘薫が少し消えることがあり、ゴールやアシストという数字が残らない時がある、という言い方をしていましたが、やはり三笘にはいつも素晴らしいパフォーマンスを期待してしまいますし、それができることを誰しもが知っていますし、そうでない場合は少し物足りなさを感じてしまうのは、ブライトンファンも同じなのだと思います。今回は FA カップで、またしても素晴らしい決勝ゴールを決めた、ということで、ブライトンファンもとても喜んでいるようです。次戦も、今度はプレミアリーグでのチェルシー戦になりますが、プレミアリーグでもまた、ゴールやアシストを増やしていってほしいと思いますし、その前兆が出てきている気もしますので、最近垣間見える三笘のリーダーシップとともに、ファンが歓喜するような、素晴らしいパフォーマンスを期待したいと思います。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。